I'm gonna pop it up. I got you. All right, man. We are live, guys. I definitely appreciate you guys checking in with us. Happy Thursday evening. Got a real special guest, my guy Reuben Bowlby. What's up, Reuben? How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Man, thanks for coming on, man. I gotta let the people know, man. Reuben is Reuben dope, man. Because honestly, me and Reuben haven't officially, in person met, but we've been, kind of chatting in the Discord, and we've been, talking about some plays and just getting some stuff together. And I've seen this dude help people, the newbies that come into the Discord. They ask the question, Reuben all over it. So, I appreciate you for that, brother, and thank you for coming on. Appreciate that.
Definitely. Yeah. In that case, just trying to give back because y'all have helped me out so much in it. I found that, the best way to learn something is to teach. So
facts. I like that. Hey, I might steal that, Reuben. Say the best way to learn something is to teach it. I like that, bro.
Yeah. And then, the Discord has been great. Early on, it helped me out getting everything set up again because I had just had Coinbase, for so many years.
Like a lot of us, yep.
Yeah, yep. And then I got in there and saw all the tabs, and I was like, man, I got some, some stuff to learn. And it happened quick.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into it, man. I'm sure the people want to know. So, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Like your location, a little bit about your background, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm currently in St. Louis, Missouri. I grew up in Central Illinois.
Okay.
Lincoln, Illinois. Right, so not from Springfield and Bloomington, right in the middle of the state. Some of the listeners maybe know, maybe went to some of the Springfield high schools, maybe played sports, and then I went to McKendree University and played football, and that's how I kind of ended up closer to St. Louis, and then got a job in St. Louis right afterwards.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. So Kendry, that's King Sheen, right?
Mm-hmm. That's action, yeah.
Got you. So you ball with King. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So what position you play? You don't mind me asking, bro?
I started my first 2 years. I redshirted first year, and then my second year eligibility, I was a defensive end.
Nice.
We got some playing time. That was fun, right? And then our D coordinator moved to offense and was like, hey, you're coming with me. We're going
to
play tight end. So I ended up playing tight end the rest of the way. And that was fun. I was probably better suited as a tight end. That was a good move.
Okay, I was gonna ask that because I'm an offensive guy, man, offensive coordinator, offensive line guy, and nothing against defense. I love defense. The defensive ends, they definitely give me headaches. But I'm like, man, that offense, where is that, man? Defense win the championship, but offense is fun. It's fun.
It was fun, right? And it seemed like defensive ends rough, man. Like you gotta be tough, right? And at tight end, I was able to use some of my intelligence on the field as opposed to just being, the dude up every play. So I was fortunate. And then the last couple of years we ran spread, so I was out in the slot and I was running around a little.
Oh, I know you. That was fun. That's always fun.
I had to lose a little weight for that.
Detached for sure. Okay. All right. Cool. So people know a little bit about you now. Let's talk about your crypto journey. How did you get introduced into crypto, bro?
So the first person to ever tell me about cryptocurrency was my friend Lucky Barr back in McKendree. And this was like when Bitcoin was first coming out, like first around. So I had the opportunity to get on it like super early. I'm talking like cents, and never did. And then in 2017, I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it was still relative to now very, very cheap. And about a year into it, I sold it all just because I needed money.
Right.
Sure about where these assets were going, and then looking back, we all kind of kick ourselves. We all probably have those moments where like, man, I could have made this, I could have made that.
You already know, bro.
But that kind of got me back into it. So in 2019, I looked back on my Coinbase. I had XRP and XLM, and then same situation. Needed money, sold it. Right. So there's 4 assets right there over since 2017 that if I would have kept, it would have been in a really good situation. And knowing what I know now with like DeFi, right? All those assets could have been converted into other,
Yeah.
It went up like 2,000x, I'm sitting here kicking myself. And then I get into the group and see that everybody kind of has those situations and that we're all working, to learn from that and grow. And since then, just try not to be emotional about it. Just be patient. I've been able to put in money, if not every day, every few days, right? Just
Nice.
just the nature of how I do business on paid. It allows me
Okay.
to put a little bit here and there.
Perfect. Okay.
So with the dollar cost average and setting a goal each week, but then not necessarily doing it on the same day, like trying to read the trends and trying to see what's happening in the group to maybe I can catch, like even a 5 or 6% bump on this day. Whereas buying it when it's 5% in the red versus 5% in the green, little stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
then,
man.
Yeah. And then like I think I have 10 assets now that are all working for me in some sort of DeFi, whether it's staking, like with Yield Leads, the new one I've been on. Those are simple, those are easy. But then just staking like in the exchanges or like in wallets.
Yeah. Hey, you dropping jewels, man. You dropping jewels with the yearly. That's definitely big. That's big.
I just went in and claimed some more today.
Hey, I'm actually gonna get on top of that after this interview, bro, because you put something on my mind like, oh, that's what I didn't do. So I'm gonna definitely look into that. All right, man. So since you in the space, so let's talk about the first play you made for some profit. How did that go for you?
So basically, all my assets were in profit up until this last, bearish trend, right?
Right.
All of them. But I would say the first one I got back into it with the group, XRP, VeChain, and VeChain. And then after that, I got into Harmony One, ADA, and then one of my favorites, AGI or AGIX now. I've been with Ben Gortzel for years and years, right? And I guess I didn't put the two together that I could invest in the project, And then fortunately I got in early enough to where I get this SDAO airdrop, right?
Yeah, hey, we you on that, buddy.
Got to get some ETH so I can claim it all. I'm trying to claim it all at once, right? Instead of each month.
Okay.
And then, man, lately I caught DOT at a decent price.
Yeah.
Rory. We don't talk about ICP in the group much anymore. I lost a lot on ICP, but I've been able to buy more to bring that price down.
Yeah, hey, I grabbed some today, man. I think ICP it's a tender subject for the group, man. We had high hopes for it at the time, and it did what it did. But at the same time, I think that's an opportunity, because you know how we talk, like if we shaking out the weak hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, ICP did it for sure.
For
sure.
If we can just keep holding, because there's the people who didn't sell are going to be selling as it goes back up. So it's going to be resistance for sure.
Yeah.
So it's going to need some adoption.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I'm not too worried about it. We'll just let it sit there. And then XDC, picked up some XDC.
Okay.
Some casino coin I have sitting in my Zoom wallet. That Zoom wallet is nice. Whenever they can add in some other like DEXs into the mobile app, that'll be cool.
Okay.
I know you connect it with Sologenic, right? You got to go to Sologenic on the computer, and then you can use Zoom on your phone and connect it that way. That's a cool app. Omi just had a really big day. I've been on.
Yeah. You got all the play. Hey, you giving out all the gems, man.
Literally all the gems that you guys post, I grab some. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's dope, bro. That's dope. All right, so we talked about your first play. So why don't you walk us through the next play that made you, whatever. It's like that was kind of like the profit, not the first profit, but the best profit, the one.
You know what? I got into this group like and it was right around like the meme season, right? The meme.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the investor that's listening, be careful with them, But I was make like in a weekend like $500 that I put into, right? That I put into other assets that I know long term are going to stay around. So like I have some Shiba, but I was able to take profits from that. Dogecoin, same thing. And then another one that I just have sitting there and forget about is Kishu. But I mean, the one with Kishu, every time I look at it, I have more because every time somebody sells Kishu, they just give you more. It's like a way to burn it. Yeah. That's one of those coins. There's like 100 trillion of them or something.
Right. So it's gonna kind of work its way down as people get more active with it. I got you.
Yeah, but Yeah, but I think that was kind of my second, big profit was like when those meme coins had their big run, and I know that they've had a few, but I caught one of them and then put all
Yeah.
that back into more legitimate projects. And they went up for a while, right? I was probably up, 100%. I was double my money. And then this last bearish trend kind of cut it all in.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I didn't get into it quite early enough. Like I know some people in the group were in it early enough to where they were able to take profits at the top right before this bearish trend, and I just wasn't in a position to do that. But it's all good. I'm looking forward. I'm optimistic.
For sure. You know what's going on, Reuben. For real.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, we kind of talked about it, but the next question was how do you see any trends in the market right now? You know? Well, what are some trends you see?
Obviously in a bearish time, but regardless, we can make money with DeFi. And if all these prices are dropping, it just allows you to make, buy more of them, more of those, which makes your, rewards on staking go up. So I see it as if you believe in it and you know that these projects are going to have longevity, which you can't technically all speculation, but I mean, if you do enough research, you know what's good and what's not.
Facts, bro. You hit it on the head. Research.
And people say 9 out of 10 people are going to lose money in crypto. Well, that may be the case. And, only 1% of these 10,000 are going to last. Well, that's still a lot. If you know what I mean? I named like 10, 12 coins. I still got 90 some to go, right? Like buy 100. If there's 100, it's going to stick around.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro.
I mean, there's a lot of opportunity.
I'm with you, bro.
With Gensler coming in and us and even in Congress, then saying, yo, we have to figure this out. It's going to take out a lot of these exchanges. And that money is just not going to go away. Those exchanges are going to be bought up by others. You know what I mean?
Right. By the bigger ones, Yeah.
You mentioned that in the group. It's like, well, some of these assets may get, like the technology may get bought up by another company, right? Or liquidity or whatever it is. So we just have to stay on task and stay up to date so we know when that's going to happen and not get caught holding the bag.
Facts. That's good stuff, man. So now, how important would you say it is to get coaching or mentorship in this particular, in the cryptocurrency space?
So like I said, the learning curve was fast because I was in the group. If I wasn't in the group, it would have taken a lot longer. So like,
hey, say that again for the people in the back, bro. Tell them.
The learning curve was so fast, and if I wasn't in the group, it would have taken a lot longer. Not saying I couldn't have done it, but it would have happened. But I think there's a big percentage of the market, and just in terms of the general population, that aren't going to do it. They're not going to download a MetaMask, extension. They're not going to do these things, and they're not going to invest until there's some third-party group that is going to do it for them.
Right.
So, advantage of the group and use and leverage y'all's knowledge instead of waiting for some big hedge fund or whatever to do it for you.
And that's that's so important. And I'm glad you said it too, because you get the people that say, well, why would I pay you for something I can get on YouTube? And you're absolutely correct. You can get that on YouTube, but my thing is you can't get that time back though. You know what I mean? And you can't get that brain power from somebody else. You can't get that insight, that perspective from somebody else. And what I like about the group is we bounce things off each other. We come with different perspectives. Like today, like you said with the whole ICP thing, like I never thought about it like that. It's like that's the point of it. That's the beauty of it. And that's why I like to call it more of a support group versus just a kind of signal group. But we definitely, we gonna be straight, man, and I like it, man. That's good stuff. You definitely hit on the head, bro.
And then, because I got locked into the $25 price, so I'm cool with paying $25. Especially, I see it as an investment in the group. Because I've been talking to Ryan. I know you guys are working behind the scenes to different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too many details, but I know the group's not going away, and I got an early adopter, right?
So. And that's been an early investor. You know what I'm saying? And you right, bro. That price was insane. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it funky, it was insane. And we had it out there for a long period of time. So everybody take advantage of it. And I know if you in the free group, you saw me kind of letting people know, hey, jump on it, get on top of it. And so man, kudos to you for having that mindset and taking action. Good stuff, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you look around and most people's paid discords or OnlyFans or whatever, easily 50, 60, $70.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for some of the cheaper ones. If you're paying for like to go to a seminar or like some
Tell
sort
them, bro.
of course, it's sometimes thousands of dollars. So
It is. I mean, and honestly, I think that because we obviously did our research with the other groups, right? Discourse and stuff like that. And right now with the increase, we still cheaper. We are significantly. I know some people charging $1,000 a month, and they have over 1,000 members in it. So I mean, you got to look at it as an investment. You know what I mean? As an asset. Not a liability. So.
And I know there's a lot of like celebrities like shilling coins that they've just been given for free so that they can make money. That's not happening here. The
right.
You guys are promoting, and ladies, y'all are investing in. You know what I mean? So like, yes, we have to filter out different biases that we all have, right? And try to keep it as honest as possible. But I mean, we're all invested in this, and it's not like you're telling me something that you're not actually doing either.
Exactly. Yeah. You got a shout out here, Reuben.
What's
man,
up,
bro? All right. So, what would be some advice you would give for a new investor coming into the crypto space?
First and foremost, make sure you have everything secure, right? Save your words, save your passphrase for sure, and have a few backups. I just got the mnemonics, like the titanium one from Ellie Pal.
Oh, okay.
But that's only that's just one of many passphrases. So there's different ways to do it, like setting it up in notes, making those private with just like your fingerprint. I guess having a paper copy. What do you think about that? I mean, you just got to make sure that it's in like a safe. And
that would be my advice with that, because I have paper copies. I ain't mean to cut you off, Reuben, but I'm big on that. With the paper copies, I have those, but I also have a fireproof safe. So God forbid something happens, I let the fire department come, then I go back and get my safe, go back and get my passkey, my passphrase and stuff like that. So yep. I'm cool with writing it down.
Do that first, and then definitely look into how you can, leverage your assets even whenever there's, different trends in the market. So like we were saying with DeFi, right? Finding assets that will stake, right? So that each day, regardless of whether it's green or red, you can look and say, okay, I just made a deposit into my future just by claiming these rewards. Or in some cases, you don't even have to claim them; they just show up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm into the DeFi space too. And I don't know, man. I don't know about you, Reuben, but I get like a sense of gratification when I get that notification saying, "Hey, you got some money, whether it's $1, 20 cents, I don't care what it is. I made money for literally doing nothing."
Yep.
And if you,
you yourself are a node on that network, and that is valuable to them. So then you get for it, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been really into Harmony One the last month or so, trying to get enough for a validator node. And like since I've been doing that and adding up, getting closer to like 10,000.
Right.
My soft staking on KuCoin's wild. Like I'm almost up to like 2-1 a day, right? So
nice.
Which like looking down the road, it's not just a couple bucks a day. That's like
yeah.
$200 depending on how far it goes,
Right. And then to compound it on what you got, I mean, it's a win-win. That's good, man.
Everybody knows that the Fed has been printing money, right? Everybody understands how inflation is affecting things. But until you really like grasp like what that's going to do to your money and sit down and say, okay, well, if I have X, it's going to lose 15% this year. And then the next year it's going to lose another 15, maybe 20, right? They print. You might as well put it into USDC. You know what I mean? Even that, put it into USDC, stake that for, even if it's 2% APY, it's better than fiat, in a bank.
And I'm gonna give some people who watching, who rocking with us a gym. USDC is normally, I've seen it, I haven't seen it no less than 8%. USDC is normally a higher yield on the, the main exchanges. So there you go.
Switch up.
Yep.
15% this way, we're going 8% the other way, 23.
Exactly. See, you're an offensive guy. You understand that. You know how that go. You know, that 5-yard penalty take away from that 7-yard gain. You talking 12 yards.
Yeah, man. That's that. Yeah. So that's what I've been like, regardless of whether, because on the days when it's green, I wake up and I'm grateful, right? But I don't want to let that make me too emotional. So I've been looking into, okay, how much money can I make? Like you said, this for free, just generate free money. Yep. And then, as we said before we went live, looking into Nexo and seeing what I can use, as leverage to get, some more money to reinvest,
Yes, sir.
Now that I've accumulated and invested quite a bit of my money, right, and eaten less food, bought less clothes, I want to see return on that. So I'm excited for the rest of the year, and I'm going to be more excited, for the next few years.
That's dope, man. And between me and you, man, I mean, I think crypto isn't over with for this year, bro. I really do. I think towards the end of the year, maybe like August, July, late July-ish, it's gonna kind of crank back up, and we'll be definitely grateful that we stuck it out, right? So
I'd like to see it go parabolic again. That'd be a good day.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
On my face probably all day.
Nice. All right, man. So what were some of the biggest struggles you had, and how did the VIP Discord help you overcome that?
Just if I had something that didn't work, I could go to the Discord, say it, and then in 5 minutes somebody had a response.
Facts.
So whether it was problems with a wallet, or figuring something out on Zookeeper or some other staking app, the information comes so quick, usually faster than if I were to try to figure out myself.
Right. So this is saving you time, which essentially is just saving you money, because time is money, as we all know.
Most definitely. And then I think it really keeps me engaged, right? Just hopeful and looking forward to the future, which just has a positive impact to my life in general.
Okay.
And then I spend, like I said before, I spend less money on stuff I don't need.
Right. Right.
Put it into this.
Yeah. All right. So,
which if you're somebody who doesn't think this is going anywhere, don't do that. Right. Trust me. For those of us, who see where it's going and believe in it, that's only helping us.
Yeah, and man, you hit on a bunch of good points, because that's another thing too, that what I like about our Discord, our community, is that we don't push anything on anybody. You know what I mean? I've seen some other places. I've been some other chats and the clubhouses, and where they kind of push this one thing on you, and it's like, hey, we put this out there, and if you want to know, we got information for it. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. I'm not in every play. You know what I mean? Because some of them I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. After I do my research. So it's more of a skill set that you're learning. How to we give you a suggestion, and you just kind of take it from there. And if you want to take on that suggestion, we got more information for you, more resources for you, and definitely engagement. So,
and then the other thing that just came to mind is I'm a somewhat competitive dude, and I like to contribute and be of value to the group too. So I want to be that guy that finds the next play.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the group are like that. I want to find the next play to give to the team, so that 3 months down the road I can post a screenshot that said, I said this with it, and now we made 100%. So I love it. Everybody's on that same page and that same wave, so that's only good.
That's dope. I love it. It. All right. So how would you say the VIP Discord helped you be successful in your crypto investing journey?
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have all these different assets. I wouldn't have the versatility for sure. I would probably only have a few, and it would have been much easier with some of this volatility for me to probably get shaken out. It's impossible to say, right? But there would have been times, that I maybe would have sold. If I would have gotten in and I wasn't in the group, maybe by now I would have sold more than I have, which I haven't sold anything, right?
Man.
So it's made me just keep the faith. Some of the assets I have absolutely zero doubt.
Right.
So it's like I don't care what the price is right now. In fact, most of the time I'm like, please, just I need a few more days until I get paid. Let's keep it red,
Yeah, you sound like me, bro. Like give me 2 more days. Give me 2 more days before you go up. Yeah.
That's definitely not how it was when I first got in. When I first got in, it was more of like, oh, it's green. Let me think about investing now, which is like everybody who starts.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's dope, man. So we got the question and answer portion. We definitely got people representing for you. So everybody that's listening, is watching. The floor is open. If you got some questions, type them in the chat. Give them to Reuben here to talk about it. So since I'm hosting this, I'll ask my first question. I got a question for you, Reuben. So, and you kind of hit on it in this previous question about how you feel like you would have sold a lot more of your assets had you not been, affiliated, a member of our community in our VIP Discord. So my question is, would you say that this is a little bit of a support group as well as a Sigma group? Because I like to call it a support group, bro. Because
so this is finance is a part of your wellness, right? So I'm a health and wellness dude, fitness.
Okay.
Most people go to the gym or have a trainer, and they do that. And a large reason why they do that is for accountability, right, and for support, right?
Facts.
You are willing to pay for that service, right? Obviously, you're paying for a lot more, like education and training, right? But support is a big part of that. So 100%, I'd say it's a support group. Like daily looking at the group and seeing other people who are optimistic about it is infectious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, we all have to check our biases and make sure that we're not pumping, and speculating too much and getting too emotional. But even if you take the emotion out of it, just seeing that you have other people, there is good, and it makes you think about the future.
Yeah, and I mean let's keep it funky, bro. And when we wake up and we see those losses, I ain't gonna say losses. I don't like to say losses. We see those that downward trend, because it's not a loss until we take our money out, till we sell it at a loss, right? So when we see that downward trend, I jump in the chat and I feel a little better knowing everybody else is kind of hurting too. We kind of, it's like in my head, I see us all in the huddle, putting our head down, kind of leaning on each other like, hey man, tomorrow's a better day.
Know what I mean? So and of late, there's like just a lot of talk of like, people posting, okay, I claim this, like on Yieldly or on Zookeeper or in staking, whatever. So it's like we're not even necessarily talking about how red it is. We're all still optimistic because we're still making money.
Yeah, man.
In some sense,
definitely still making money. So man.
Yeah, it's funny. I heard Steve will do it. He got a hilarious YouTube channel. He was talking about gambling. He's like gambling is a winner's game, and you only lose when you quit. So you gotta keep going. It's really funny coming from him. But I don't see this as a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gambling, but it's a kind of similar thing. It's like when you sell for a loss, you lost. If you just keep holding, if you keep making those assets work for you and you print out that free money, it is just a matter of time before we get that utility run. We get that adoption from, institutional money, all those zeros. Right? And I know you saw all those articles recently saying however many $1 billion coming.
It's coming. Yes, sir.
It's just a matter of time.
Yes, sir. All right, so we got a question for you, bro. Mr. James McRoberts say, yo, how long you been investing, Rube?
So 2017 was when I first got in. I had heard about it, a couple years before that from a buddy. Should have done it. Should have, could have, would have. Oh, well. Yep. Sold that because I needed money. And then got back in 2019. Same thing. Repeat. Needed money. Sold it. And then got back in at the start of this year. I caught the prices, right before Bitcoin made its big run up to close to 60. And then I was doing really, really well. Was able to take some profits from, like I said, the meme coins and put them into some better assets. So at one point in time, I had kind of doubled my money, and now I'm like, breaking even. Maybe if I'm under a little bit, it's not much, and I'm looking forward to where it's going. And even if I am, like, that's just part of it.
For sure. For sure. All right. Yeah, so man, we had 30 minutes. I want to be respectful of your time because I definitely appreciate you, coming on and rocking with us, bro, and kind of, telling us a little bit about yourself and your story. So if we ain't got no questions, I'm not gonna hold you, man. Man, you already know, man. We about to do this DeFi thing, man. I'm glad you said something about the yearly. Once I get off here, I'm gonna go check it and claim it. And you make my money for the day. Make money every day in crypto, man.
Yeah, you're just paying yourself in the future for work you're doing now. You know what I mean?
Yep, and I always like to say, do something today that your future self will thank you for. You know what I'm saying? So definitely doing that, man. And hey,
and we have that hindsight, right? Because there's a different world where I didn't sell that Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's all good. You don't regret. You just learn.
Yes, sir. No losses, just lessons, baby. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So I appreciate you, Reuben. Definitely appreciate the time. And I'll see you in the group, man.
Yep, I'll see you there.
All right, take care, bro. Have a good evening.
Good night.
You too.
How do we exit?